At Kidango, the way we see our work is that we empower human potential so that we can have a more compassionate, loving, and equitable world. And we do that by working with people during their most formative stage of life, which is their first 5 years. And we empower potential by creating transformative practices in partnership with leading researchers in early childhood development that can ultimately help children be ready for success both in school and in life. And that's what we're about, right? We think that every child has tremendous potential, and that the difference between fulfilling that potential and not is giving them the experiences that they need to thrive early on. So that's why we're here, that's what we do. And not just for the children that we serve, we're really interested in making sure that whatever we learn can have an impact well beyond Kidango's classrooms. And so we're excited to work on all those different fronts, and that's the kind of impact that we have.
Oh, Nigel, you gonna go back to your class?
My name is Janisha Vega. I work at Casa Kidango, and I am the lead teacher there. I didn't choose Casa Kidango, it chose me. What it means to me to be a teacher, oh my goodness. What it means to me to be a teacher in the same community that I grew up in, and I don't think I can see myself serving any other community.